KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Well, this morning, San Antonio police are hunting a shooter that shot a man twice. And now police are revealing what happened right after that shooting.
And new overnight, fire burns a family's home on the southeast side. What crews discovered when they arrived on the scene and who was inside the house?
All right, good morning. We're underway here on a Thursday.
Yes.
This is GMSA.
Yes, thanks so much for waking up with us. Let's get right over to it. Meteorologist Justin Horn, again, 75 degrees outside is not bad.
It's really not. And this is where we've started really for the last 8 days now. This could be the 9th day in a row where we've seen basically the same thing every day. Temperatures in the 70s to start, and then some 90s in the afternoon. Again, it's been 8 days in a row where we've either been at 92, 93, or 94. And I don't think today will be really any different. All right, let's go live for you outside. We've got just a few clouds at the moment. Temperatures in the mid-70s here in San Antonio, 75, 72 in New Braunfels, 75 Converse, 66 in Bernie, and 74 at Stinson. Not a lot of wind out there, and it should be a quiet morning as you head out the door, head to school this morning. Let's break down the forecast for today. 73 at 8 a.m., noontime, 86, partly cloudy, and then we're up to, you guessed it, 93 for a high today. So what changes? When are we finally going to see some changes? I think that does occur in a subtle way over the weekend, but more so next week. I think there's still some questions on timing here. We're going to get into all that. We're going to break the forecast down for you. But as of right now, no, we do have some better rain chances by Monday and Tuesday. And I think I can get you some cooler temperatures too. So you'll want to stick around for that forecast. We'll have more on that coming up in just a couple minutes. But we got to get you out the door this morning. If you're leaving early for work, we'll talk about traffic in a bit. But now we're going to toss it over to Japhanie.
Thank you, Justin. New this morning, a family and their 2 cats are safe after a fire broke out in a garage on Maureen Street. This happened on the southeast side just before 2 a.m. Firefighters say that the garage was fully engulfed when they arrived, and the flames spread to the back corner of the main house. Fire investigators still working to determine the cause. This morning, San Antonio police are looking for a person who shot a man twice last night. It happened on Torian Street on the west side. People in the area told police that they heard arguing and then gunshots. SAPD says that the victim is in his early 30s and now has life-threatening injuries. They also say that he ran for 5 blocks before he collapsed.
Well, this morning, an ex-San Antonio police officer is under arrest, accused of sexually abusing 2 children. Last December, a Bexar County grand jury indicted Albert Sanchez Jr. on allegations that he possessed images and videos of child sex abuse. Well, now he is facing charges of aggravated sexual assault of a child and continuous sex abuse of a child. Sanchez resigned from SAPD in April of last year, months after the accusations first surfaced.
San Antonio police say that a northwest side argument turned deadly, and now a man is charged with capital murder. Officers found Jorge Espejo Godino and Jose Yanes Nava shot outside of an apartment complex on Callahan Road early Sunday. Both later died. Witnesses say that the gunman drove off in a red car. Investigators now say evidence ties 54-year-old Joe Perez to the shooting.
James Cotter, the longtime business partner of Brad Simpson, was back in court yesterday. Simpson is due back in court Monday. He is the Almost Park man accused of killing his wife, Suzanne, who disappeared nearly a year ago. Cotter wanted his GPS monitor removed, but a judge denied that request. He is accused of helping Simpson hide an illegally modified AK-47. Prosecutors say the defense should have all the evidence in his case by the end of this week.
This morning, loss of life is pushing nonprofits to take action. It's been 2 weeks since 2 people were found dead after heavy rain near 281 north of Maltzberger Lane. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office identified those individuals as 52-year-old Robert Guyton and 43-year-old Nicole Lynn Keller. Their deaths have sparked a bigger conversation about flood prevention projects for people experiencing homelessness. And now nonprofits are leading the charge.
We know what we do in the winter. We know what we do in the extreme heat. This is probably going to become a standard effort for our outreach teams.
Now, we're told adding flash flood protocols is a priority right now, and also figuring out how to send emergency notifications to those without shelter.
All right, 5:04 on this Thursday morning. Let's look at some of your top headlines this morning. The Texas Education Agency says that complaints are growing about teachers posting online comments about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. On Monday, the TEA reported 180 complaints, while that number is now more than 250. Commissioner Mike Morath says that the agency will review whether those posts violate the state's code of ethics, and if they do, educators could lose their ability to teach in Texas public schools. And new developments this morning on security for lawmakers across the country. The House has given lawmakers more money for personal security after Charlie Kirk's assassination. This is an extension of a pilot program that started in July after 2 Minnesota state lawmakers were shot in June. Now, it gave members $20,000 a month for home security and $5,000 for personal security. This extension doubles the amount for personal security to $10,000 a month, but it expires on November 21st for right now. And today, a CDC panel begins a 2-day meeting on childhood vaccines, including measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, and COVID. Normally, these meetings do not draw much attention, but Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. recently replaced an entire advisory panel with members who have questioned vaccine safety. Now, this move comes after a former CDC director says that she was fired for refusing to push vaccine recommendations without scientific proof. Guys, back to you.
RJ, thank you, sir. 5:06 now. So throughout the month of September, we are bringing awareness to the fact that some of our neighbors might be hungry because they cannot afford to buy good, healthy food.
Yeah, it's known as Hunger Action Month. And our Patty Santos is at the San Antonio Food Bank. Good morning, Patty.
Hey there, good morning. So we made Eric Cooper get up a little early today because this is such an important topic that we want to talk about. We are halfway through the month of September, and you've already given us a lot of ideas of how people can get involved. First of all, tell us, what is Hunger Month?
Well, thank you guys for taking action in the fight against hunger. You've been an incredible partner in bringing awareness to the issue, and there's so many ways to get involved. In fact, we kicked off together September 1st, 30 ways in 30 days, and there's so many different ways to take action in the fight against hunger. And I just want to highlight a few. Our great friends at HEB, in the checkout, they are collecting donations for the food bank. Whataburger, when you go get your burger, when you make a donation, they're going to give you a coupon for a free Whataburger. And our friends at RFBCU, they are collecting non-perishable canned goods. And so you can drop off at any of their branches. And, you know, everybody can do something, whether donating food, time through volunteers, dollars through our website, or just raising your voice, bringing awareness to the issue of the struggle of our neighbors. We just need San Antonio to get involved.
And there are so many ideas, and we're going to continue this morning to highlight some of those ideas. Again, we are at the warehouse, so some of the noise that you're hearing is already some of this food going out to, you know, so many counties in our community that you guys are helping out. We'll send it back to you guys.
Patty, thank you. Happening today, join KSAT Community for our phone bank. Give the gift of mobility. Your donations will go straight to Project Men to buy much needed medical mobility items like wheelchairs and walkers. Now, it all starts at 9 this morning. We'll give you the phone number a little bit later on today on GMSA.
And if you have those gently used medical equipment to share, that Second Mobility Collection Drive of 2025 happening this Saturday, the 20th. You can drop off your items at the Wonderland of Americas or the Shriners Auditorium. Everything that you give will be carefully refurbished and sanitized to meet the state and health safety standards before it goes to someone who needs it.
All right. Yes, a lot of great causes out there. And of course, we're going to talk about the big give coming up in just a little bit. Let's give you a quick check of your traffic right there, southeast side of town. Starting out with you guys on this Thursday morning, 281 Redland Road, far north side of town. No major issues for our drivers in that one particular spot. But let's focus in a little bit on the northeast side because it's clearly dealing with ongoing construction issues. And actually, this is some good news. Earlier, we had some ongoing construction, basically 35 south over by Randolph Boulevard, headed to 410. But that looks like that is in the clearing stages. But we're still seeing some parking there, or some brake lights there, if you will. And that's going to be our traffic going north right here from Topperwine to 1604 and 35. Not much of a major delay right now, but we know that things can definitely back up in a second or in a minute out there on the far northeast side of town. Let's take a look at 1604 Redland Road. We just showed you the camera at 281 where traffic was moving along north and south, but we are still dealing with overnight construction. This is going to be our westbound traffic, basically Bulverde over to Redland and also Gold Canyon as well. So there's going to be a couple of our travel spots. Let's check in with Alex Gomez right now, who's on the north side of town, 410 and Broadway. Alex, how are things looking out there?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. Well, construction wrapped up on time just northwest of downtown. Science River Curve, both lanes back open, and the upper level of I-10 west at Culebra also reopened, RJ.
Okay, so for anyone headed out, maybe to the airport, things are looking pretty good so far right now. Justin, how are things looking?
Quiet, RJ. It's 5:10, 75 degrees. We're getting off to another quiet start. And you're probably saying, when are we going to see some changes? It is late September. I think we're going to get some next week. The pattern is shifting some. There's some rain in the forecast, maybe some cooler temperatures too. We'll explain coming up.
All right, coming up, a first look at new glasses that can translate what you hear and put directions right in front of your eyes. Plus, a cuddly robot pet now making its way to the U.S.
Gunshot victim, and some of the folks that live in that residence had some sort of feud.
This morning, a teenager is dead, shot while behind the wheel before crashing into a northeast Bexar County neighborhood. Up next, we're going to tell you why detectives now believe that he was targeted.
Hi, coming up on 514 now. So this morning, Bexar County Sheriff's detectives are asking the public for information about a shooting near Converse that ended with a driver crashing and dying.
And as our very own Katrina Weber shows us, the person shot dead inside that car was barely old enough to drive.
Crime scene tape kept prying eyes from getting too close to a deadly scene. A driver found Tuesday morning inside the crashed car, who it turned out had been shot.
Took the victim out of the car and started CPR. Initially, I did just think it was from the crash, but as I was doing CPR, I saw the blood.
That neighbor, who wanted to remain anonymous, immediately jumped into action after hearing the loud crash in the middle of Steep Valley in the middle of the night.
Saw that he got shot a couple times. He has no pulse.
Soon, Bexar County Sheriff's deputies would flood into the neighborhood near FM 78 and Walsham Road, calling this a murder scene. They quickly linked the shooting to a home down the street.
Gunshot victim, and some of the folks that live in that residence had some sort of feud.
Sheriff spokesman Deputy Johnny Garcia says investigators now also have evidence, a gun found outside and shell casings inside, showing someone fired from behind the now broken windows. The driver who was hit, tentatively identified as a 16-year-old boy, tried unsuccessfully to speed away.
Investigators say that wounded driver was going about 70 miles per hour when he slammed into that parked car there. That car then ended up here, 2 houses down.
A day later, that damage remained visible while the crime scene tape has disappeared. Another change is about a half dozen people taken away in handcuffs have since been let go. So far, no one has been named as a suspect. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
5:15 right now. Well, the Big Give is on across South Texas, and this morning you out there have helped donate more than $2.3 million to hundreds of local nonprofits. Here's what the website looks like, and you can see they have a countdown there to when the Big Give wraps up later on today. And again, any donation that you make to an area nonprofit could be also matched and doubled today. More than 420 nonprofits are participating in the Big Give, as you see some information there. The campaign has been going on for 12 years now. Hard to believe, and it covers 15 of our local counties. The goal is to rally support for all of these nonprofits and bring in as much money as possible. Last year, donations topped $6 million. Now, we caught up with Ashley Andrade, who has a family of 8 and uses services from the nonprofit Good Samaritan Childcare. She is definitely grateful for everyone's support.
Just thank you for all that you do. If it weren't for people like them, we wouldn't be able to have all the services that we do, that they're able to provide for us. So it is a blessing that, people from that can't get, people that can't really afford, let's say, like childcare, which I always tell them, it's free, just try it. I always recommend this program.
Absolutely good stuff there. Now, Good Samaritan hoping to raise $8,000 during the Big Give. And they're just one of many hundreds of nonprofits. I was looking at the leaderboard here. Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church already at 99,000. They are our top earners so far, top fundraiser at this point. So, of course, you could check out that website. It is available to you. 1604 Wiseman Boulevard, far west side of town. Traffic is moving along here. Of course, we have Brennan High School out there in that area. 1604 Bandera Road. No major issues there for our drivers going northwest to the north side. Good morning to all of our folks out here in Helotes. So, changing situation right here on 35 as we've started to pick up more construction southbound 35 right here, Randolph Boulevard. Earlier, it looked like maybe some of of that had picked up, but it looks like we are back in business when it comes to construction there. And then this one part's right here, Topperwine to 1604 at Live Oak. Earlier or yesterday, they did have that exit closed from 35 to 1604. So I will double check on that in just a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit more about some alternate routes as you make your way through on this Thursday morning. 1604 Redland Road still dealing with construction there. Our citywide map traffic is looking pretty good for the most part. 36 minutes is going to be your longest delay when it comes to your inbound traffic in New Braunfels. All right, let's go to Alex right now and see how things are looking in DriveCam.
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And here's the same pattern that we saw yesterday on the northeast side. 35 northbound only has one lane open right here by Topperwine and Pat Booker. So same delays as we saw yesterday, RJ.
Okay, Alex Gomez on the spot, confirmed there with the very latest 35 traffic on the northeast side. Justin, how are things shaping up this Thursday morning?
Well, we've just been so very steady when it comes to our weather. This is going to be the 9th day in a row where we're going to be either be at 92, 93, or 94. I mean, it has been basically almost a 2-week stretch here. The weekend, we're going to start to see a subtle pattern shift, so we start to bring in some small rain chances, but it's next week where we finally see some bigger changes, I think. And hopefully you get some rain in here and some cooler weather as well. So let's take a look at the high temperatures today here across the area. 93 in San Antonio, again, right where we've been. 90 Bernie, 91 Comfort, 92 in Hondo, 92 for our friends down there in Divine. Today, everyone will be dealing with partly cloudy skies. Then let's get into the weekend as you plan out your Saturday and Sunday. I'll tell you, I think rain chances both days will be probably 10%. I know it doesn't show it here, but 10% chance probably on Sunday too. Very isolated if we're going to see any rain. Mostly sunny. Partly cloudy probably on Sunday, but nothing that will impact your plans really at any great degree. Again, it's next week where we're going to start to see some bigger changes, I think. And as we look at the futurecast here, Saturday and Sunday, we have a few disturbances, as we've been saying, that roll over the top of this high, and that's why we can't roll out some isolated activity. But it's as we get into Monday, this low starts to develop across the plains. It's a big one. It's a cutoff low, though. These things are notoriously tricky. The models don't handle them very well. So I think the timing has to be ironed out here. But Monday night into Tuesday, I still think we have some rain chances. And this could potentially push a front, maybe with some slightly cooler air down into our area, too. Not a big cool down, but at least a little bit of one. This is Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Does show some rain there. So I think the possibilities are there. We're going to have to, again, work on the timing a little bit. And this does show quite a bit of rain across parts of the Midwest and the plains, but still some even here, not big totals. But at this point, we will take the change. 30% chance of rain Monday and Tuesday, and still some lingering chances there on Wednesday. So put it all together for you. 93, again, very consistent through the weekend, but we do start to see temperatures come down just a hair next week with those rain chances. And as we officially go into fall, we want a front. We need a front. We don't have a good one in the forecast. Again, maybe a weak one there, middle part of the week. But that brings me to my Just Ask Justin question. What is the largest 24-hour temperature change San Antonio has ever recorded? And I'll give you a hint. This has to do with a cold front. Is it a 38-degree temperature change, a 57-degree temperature change, 73-degree temperature change, or a 91-degree temperature change?
This is definitely going to be one of those ACT guesses.
Not sports related. It's kind of a nerdy weather question. So go to KSAT.com/polls, scan the QR code, weigh in. Right now we've got votes for 57, but nothing like that in the forecast now.
All right, Justin. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
521 right now. We're looking at 75 degrees outside.
But up next, some smart glasses that actually talk back and a fuzzy robot pet headed to the U.S. We'll look at both of those next in Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Meta's new AI-powered smart glasses. They look slightly like a beefier pair of Ray-Bans, and they're paired with a wristband that controls a display inside the lens. Now, users can see everything from videos to text. They cost about $800 and will be available September 30th. Well, next, a gadget on a different level. Casio's robotic pet, Mothlan. The company says it's meant to be held and cuddled to provide a calming presence. Mothlan has been selling so well over in Japan that it's coming to the U.S., and sales are expected to start in about 2 weeks. Google's AI assistant will soon bring you up to date on things you missed during a Google Meet call. The Ask Gemini feature will use captions, Google Docs, and even slides from the call to answer your questions. It can also provide summaries on what was said by specific people. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Morgan Norwood. Make it a great day.
So basically a cuddly dog without a life.
It sounds
That's
like
what that
a
is.
Furby or
Yeah,
something.
there you go.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, join KSAT community for a night of hope and remembrance at Blood Cancer United's Light the Night in San Antonio. This is happening Saturday, October the 11th, and this is taking place at the Rock at La Cantera starting at 6 p.m. This family-friendly event honors those affected by blood cancers, celebrates survivors, and shines a light on the importance of research.
You can enjoy music, food trucks, and a remembrance ceremony before the walk at 7:30. Admission is free and everyone's welcome to register and join the fight to end blood cancer. You can scan the QR code there to donate as well.
525 right now, 75 degrees outside.
All right, some Texas families could get up to $30,000 a year to help cover private school tuition for students with disabilities. Up next, when applications for the new program could open and what parents need to know to get ahead.
And up next, we got a man washing his car just barely escaped an out-of-control vehicle flipping at a gas station. How authorities say he avoided seriously injuring himself and what happened to the driver. Coming up on 5:30 right now on your Thursday morning.
Okay, ready for the weekend-ish?
Always, yes.
Got football back on TV
yeah,
tonight,
absolutely.
I know.
Football's back, Jets, Bills. But no, I was walking through King William last night, and it was beautiful. Weather was nice,
Yes.
Justin. So
No
I will
complaints.
say, fall is kind of around the corner.
It's like you can almost feel it, but it's just not quite there.
Just beyond.
Yes, we will get there. I don't know if it'll be any time in the near future, but we will. Fall officially starts on Monday, by the way. Let's take a look at the bus stop forecast. If you're heading out the door to catch the bus, temperatures this morning are in the mid-70s. I think they'll fall a degree or two more, maybe down to 72 or so by the time we get to 7 a.m. 92 this afternoon when you get out of school, or if you have Thursday night football games or after-school practice. It will still be warm. We can't escape that. Partly cloudy conditions here in San Antonio. Sunrise this morning will be at 7:20. Sunset at 7:35. And this is what helps us here with those football games now. At least the sun goes down a little bit earlier, and that helps with the temperatures some. Total daylight, 12 hours, 15 minutes. We're closing in on the fall equinox where we have 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of nighttime. So we're getting closer to that. All right. Out in the Atlantic, we have a new tropical storm. That is Gabrielle. And it's got winds at 50 miles per hour. This is moving northwest. We've got the latest track. Hurricane Center has updated this, and we'll give you that full update coming up in just a couple minutes. Ernie?
Artie, thank you. This morning, 2 San Antonio nonprofits are anxiously waiting as the city council prepares to vote on the new budget today. For Her and the Alamo Area Rape Crisis Center both depend on federal relief dollars that flow through the city. Earlier this year, they were promised extended contracts, but when the budget was released, the funding was gone with no replacement. So now both groups are scrambling to fill that gap, and some city council members are pushing to restore that money.
Hey, we're going to take from here, then, we're going to get some other nonprofits knocking on all of our door. Also, they're going to have noble and worthy causes, and it's opening up a can of worms.
So council members have finished discussing the final budget changes, but we will not know what makes it in the budget until they vote later on today.
In Uvalde, we got a staffer for Congressman Tony Gonzalez has died after suffering some severe burns at her home. Now, police say that 35-year-old Regina Santos Aviles was found on a fire outside her house Saturday night and later died at a San Antonio hospital. Uvalde police confirmed that they're investigating the death along with the Texas Rangers. They did not give details of the incident, but they released a statement to KSAT saying that there are no signs of foul play. Congressman Gonzalez called her death heart-stricken news and praised her passion for serving Uvalde. Loved ones tell KSAT investigators that they believe that it was a terrible accident. Santos Aviles was remembered as a devoted wife, mother, and community leader.
All right, some Texas families could receive up to $30,000 for their students' education. That is, if the student has a disability and is looking to attend private school. So the amount ranges from family to family, but students could get this amount per year from the Education Savings Account program if they qualify. The program aims to help families who had to take out a loan for private school this year.
So I have autism, and I also have a few other disorders that really hinder my ability to fully learn in a public school environment.
I had to be straight with her and tell her I cannot commit for more than 1 year. let's see how it goes. But I took out some loans and just to make it happen.
But I think the state wanted to create an incentive for private schools to be more welcoming to students that have differences.
So the state has not yet set a date for when the application for the Education Savings Account program will open, but the School Discovery Network is hoping to get parents ready early. So with that in mind, they're hosting a free town hall tonight at Fusion Academy on the far north side from 6 to 7 p.m. Parents can attend to learn more about the program and ask any questions about the upcoming application process. All right, some families in our communities have to choose between paying bills or buying healthy food.
September, known as Hunger Action Month, and Patty Santos live at the food bank with some ideas on how you can take action to help our neighbors. Good morning, Patty.
Hey there, good morning, guys. So I know it's 5:30 a.m., but we want you to check your pantries really quickly because there might be some items on there already that you can take action this month and help donate. Eric Cooper here with some of the locations where we can drop off some of those donations.
Well, good morning. Now, RBFCU is opening all of their branches during the month of September, all month long, to collect non-perishable canned goods. When you go into RBFCU's lobby, look for the red barrel and just donate your non-perishable food items there. You don't need to be a member of the credit union to donate, but we're looking for some specific things. Now, our number one needed item, right? What is it?
Well, you're going to sing it? Are we going to sing it?
It is peanut butter.
And jelly.
Jelly's needed too. So, but we need rice, beans, soups, chilies, stews, things with protein like tuna fish, canned chicken, mac and cheese goes a long way in feeding kids, but anything that you love to eat for your family is a great thing to donate. Just make sure it's non-perishable. Now, if you can't make it out to one of the credit unions to donate, you can also do that online. Just click of the mouse, you can donate $1. That produces 7 meals or 10 pounds of food towards our goal for Hunger Action Month. But come on, San Antonio, let's raise some food for families in need.
Yeah, let's help out a little bit. Everybody can do a little part in this. So hopefully you're paying attention. Go check your pantries and go to one of those locations nearest you so you can take some action this month. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Patty. Eric Cooper always doing some good things with the San Antonio Food Bank. Let's give you a look here at some of your morning headlines, and we're going to start in Pennsylvania, where 3 officers tragically dead and 2 badly hurt after what's being reported as an ambush-style shooting. Now, reports show that they were trying to arrest the suspect and serve a restraining order involving his ex-girlfriend. Officials say the shooter, though, was wearing camouflage and waiting for officers in a cornfield when they arrived. He started firing at officers and sheriff's deputies on the scene, tragically again killing those officers. Now, officers did kill that suspect during that shootout. Well, this morning overseas, Israeli troops and tanks are pushing deeper into Gaza City as more people flee that devastated area. The Palestinian death toll in the Israel-Hamas war shockingly surpassing 65,000 people. The Israeli military said that Air Force and artillery units struck the city more than 150 times in the last few days before ground troops began to move in. The offensive started on Monday and aims to take full control of the city. And as you may have noticed last night, ABC made the decision to suspend Jimmy Kimmel's late night show indefinitely after comments that he made about Charlie Kirk's killing. Kimmel, the veteran late night comic and host, made several comments about the reaction to Kirk's assassination on Jimmy Kimmel Live on those shows on Monday and Tuesday nights. Now, there was no immediate comment from Kimmel, whose contract is up in May of 2026. ABC's statement did not cite a reason for why his show was preempted. Now, we do want to let you know that KSAT in no way had any involvement or input in this decision. Okay, let's switch gears back to traffic because I do want to talk about a couple different things, and let's start right here downtown. This is going to be south of downtown, basically west to south right now, and we're taking a look at Laredo Street, where we still have ongoing construction here. Now, I know a lot of folks that use Highway 90 to get on 35 to get to the downtown area. This has been basically a major traffic headache there. Unfortunately, that construction is going to be lasting for the next couple of weeks to the next couple of months or so, but we'll keep you updated on everything going on there. 1604 Redland, good news here for our drivers on the far north side of town, where it looks like we have started to clear things out for all of our folks over there. Good morning to everyone on that part of town. Let's take a look right here. 35 at 1604. Traffic starting to build here. Delays past Topper Wine going towards Randolph Boulevard. Now, if you need an alternate option, Topper Wine over to Lookout Road, that'll get you back onto 1604. So keep that one in mind if you're making your way on the far northeast side of town, but do expect 15 to 20 minute delays. All right, let's check in with Justin. How are things looking outside?
Well, quiet again, mid-70s. It is 5:37. We've got nothing going on weather-wise here in San Antonio. But, of course, Gabrielle formed yesterday. It is expected to become a hurricane. Where does it go, and what's the latest track? We'll give you an update coming up.
5:38 right now. Take a look at your screen. We got a man narrowly dodging a flipping car at a gas station. Oh, we got the reaction from the man and what happened to the driver.
And this morning, I'm seeing the same long delays on the northeast side on I-35 North near 1604. Now, after the break, I will give you the full report.
Welcome back. It is 5:44. We got some stuff for you to look at. Okay, so check this out. Oh, whoosh, right there. Woo, close call. It's a man as he barely dodged out of the controlled vehicle that crashed at a Nebraska gas station.
Here it is again. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says the man seen in the video was washing his windshield and pumping gas when the vehicle came careening into view. And you can see he narrowly escaped. It hit the curb, flipped on its side. The man, again, narrowly avoided that crashing car, which just grazed his leg miraculously before it came to rest right there. The man is then seen walking over to try to help the driver, who authorities say escaped the crash with just minor injuries. Police also said they had plans to cite the driver for reckless driving, driving without a license, driving without valid registration, and driving without proof of insurance.
That's a list.
Could have been much worse, though.
Yes.
All right, speaking of near misses, a car crash scene in Florida might have been missed if it were not for a keen-eared deputy.
Yeah, 2 occupants right now trapped in a water-filled embankment after their vehicle was hit and then sent into a dark ditch. And the Martin County Sheriff's Office said that the crash scene was not visible from the roadway, so the deputies had to follow the sign of the car's horn. They did find that wreckage in the water, and they were fortunately able to pull the victims to safety. Finally, we got one more caught on camera. It's a rescue. Again, you can watch as rescue is rescue. Actually, a rescue dog is in this situation.
Yeah, so the rescuers responding to the reported house fire in Aurora, Illinois. The officers found the adopted dog in a smoke-filled room. And then because he's such a good, smart boy, you see the dog lead the officers through the house directly to his leash, which the officers used to take the pup to safety. The family later thanked rescuers for saving their beloved pet, whom they said enjoys snuggling, sleeping, peanut butter, and snoring loudly. So,
yay!
I can relate.
That was a happy story. All of those had good endings.
Exactly. Yes, thankfully. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, that the story with the dog, that came up on my timeline of my social media several times. It's undoubtedly very popular, as it should be.
Yeah. Hopefully we got a happy story on the roadways.
Actually, you know what, guys? Yeah, things are looking pretty good so far. So let's give you an update on how things are looking. And speaking of gas stations, we're going to talk about gas prices coming up here right now. Let's give you a look there at 1604 over at Bandera. Good morning to all of our folks over there making their way towards parts of Helotes and the northwest side of town. 35 at Alamo. We talked about the ongoing construction taking place there from Laredo Street to Alamo Street. And this is going to be our biggest area of concern. We're going to check in with Alex in just a little bit. 35 north. Now this is stretching past Topper Wine over to parts of Randolph Boulevard. So we'll check in with Alex in just a little bit, but do expect at least 15 to 20 minute delays. Let's give you a look here at gas prices across the San Antonio area and Texas as well. $2.73 as of this morning, according to AAA Texas. Now that is down 17 cents from just a week ago, and that is actually lower than what we're seeing across the state. Now, of course, nationally, we're looking at $3.20 across the country. So let's help you get some cheap gas here. This is going to be 4301 Fred Road. That's going to be our cheapest gas prices at the moment, $2.39. That's according to gasbuddy.com, so you could check that out. So that's going to be Balcones Heights area. How about all of our folks that are Costco members? Selma, that's going to be 35 at North, the 15,000 block, $2.49. And in the Alamo Heights area, Austin Highway, 2368, the Diamond Gas Marts. The fuel up out there is going to be $2.49 as well. So just a couple of different options across the city of San Antonio and our surrounding areas. Let's check in with Alex right now and see how things are looking on 35 on the northeast side of town. Let's go to Drive Cam and see what's up with him. Alex, how are we looking?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. Well, check this out. I'm leaving the northeast side, 35 southbound near Thousand Oaks. This side of the highway going southbound has no issues. However, 35 northbound only has one lane open from Topperwine all the way up to Retama Park. Now, that's worse than what we saw yesterday, so we could see some longer delays this morning. Your best alternate routes to shave off some time would be Randolph Boulevard, or you can even take a Lookout Road to bypass all of that construction, RJ.
Okay, good stuff from Alex Gomez with us in Drive Cam. And Justin, as people make their way out on this Thursday, what are we looking at in the weather department?
Same old, same old. It has not changed. We keep talking about how just consistent it has been, and this morning is no different. But we do have some news out in the Atlantic. Tropical Storm Gabrielle has developed. Winds are at 50 miles per hour. It looks not so great. I will tell you, you look for more symmetry, thunderstorm activity around this low-level circulation here. We don't have that, but it is moving into an area that likely is going to allow it to develop a little bit more. I think we just got to wait a day or so. So where is it moving? Well, we have our Bermuda high, which is going to steer this thing basically in a big arc here around in the Atlantic and keep it away from the United States. It will strengthen probably to a Category 1 hurricane. That would be near Bermuda early on Monday. But again, I think for the most part, this is not going to affect any land masses, so that's not a bad thing. And then behind that, there is a wave that shows some promise, 20% chance of development in the coming days. But you may be asking, well, it seems like this season hasn't been so bad, and you're not wrong. We've had 7 named storms now. Obviously, it's far from over. But you look at years past, we had quite a few more named storms in the Atlantic, especially the last couple of years. So this year is down quite a bit. We'll see where we end up if we get some more development out there. All right, forecast for us here in San Antonio, 72 degrees, 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 81, 86 noon time, and we'll make our way up to 93 for a high this afternoon with partly cloudy skies. Here's the big picture, and yes, there is a front across North Texas this morning creating some storms there. This front does not make it to South Texas, but it will create more weather across the plains later today. And as we look at the long-term forecast here, we do finally get some changes here, I think. Again, not with that initial front, but a secondary system comes down the pike as we get into early next week. Chances are this is going to be a cutoff low in the middle part of the country and just kind of sit here. The question is going to be exactly where does it set up? But I do think we'll get some rain chances Monday into Tuesday here, and maybe some slightly cooler weather as well. 93 Friday, 93 Saturday, 93 Sunday. So pretty consistent going into the weekend. Just very small rain chances Saturday, Sunday. We'll up those rain chances some Monday into Tuesday as we officially go into fall. And I say cooler, and I mean just slightly cooler here. Right now we're just going with 91 Tuesday, 90 on Wednesday. We're not yet to one of those big time cold fronts, Arctic fronts, but it brings me to my question. What's the largest 24-hour temperature change San Antonio has ever seen? And this has to do with a cold front. I'll give you a hint there. Is it a 38-degree change, a 57-degree change, 73-degree change, or a 91-degree change? We've got votes for all of them. Right now, though, 57 leading the way. Go to ksat.com/poll, render your guess. We'll get you that answer in about 1 hour.
All right, Justin. Well, happening today, you can join KSAT Community for the Phone Bank. Give the gift of mobility, where your donations will go straight to Project Man to buy much-needed medical mobility items like wheelchairs and walkers. That starts at 9 a.m., and we'll give you the phone number a little later today on GMSA.
Welcome back, KSAT Community, and a question. Do you have your running shoes ready? The 12th annual Head for the Cure 5K is coming up. The event is aimed at raising awareness and money for brain cancer research.
It also honors our late news director, Jim Boyle. Race day on Saturday, September the 27th, where the things kick off at 8 a.m. Providence Catholic School, which is just down the street from KSAT. If you visit ksatcommunity.com, we got that link where you can register.
And don't forget to get your tickets for the 2nd annual Texas Eats Food Festival this weekend on the 20th, Saturday, at the Boeing Techport Center.
Anyone who goes will be able to try that food from 20 top restaurants from across Texas, preparing the Michelin and James Beard award-winning chefs. Now, you can see a full list of restaurants and chefs that will be participating on our website, ksat.com. And always remember, a portion of those proceeds will benefit the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. Now's your chance to nominate your favorite educator for KSAT's Educator of the Month Award. To enter your favorite teacher or school staffer, that QR code on your screen is also going to take you to the website, KSAT.com. You can also go directly to our website at KSAT.com and search Educator of the Month.
Okay, very good. A lot of exciting things coming up, and we have another hour of GMSA coming up in just a little bit.
An argument turned deadly, and now a man is charged with capital murder. Up next, we got to look at what officers found at a Northwest Side apartment.
And complaints are growing about teachers posting online comments about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The newest guidance from the Texas Education Agency. That's coming up.
And we got our very own photojournalist Alex Gomez out on the roadways, going to and fro for you to see how your commutes are looking this morning on your way to work, school, wherever you are. We got that update coming your way after this.